Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is kind of a spur of the moment reading. It's already been sort of a hectic morning for me, but I have been wanting to do a reading and I was all set to do it, and then I got to where I was and I didn't have stuff that I needed, so I don't know why I'm starting off with this deck, but it's the Radiant Rider Waite. So I'm going to do a Capricorn reading. I just had a lot of energy healing done yesterday to try to ground me. So it's been quite a interesting week. The only thing I just want to say is I only want to talk about things that are sort of relevant to my journey and how it would help others. And I am a Capricorn, so I can't project and say you guys are experiencing the same thing as me, but we all have different gifts and different different aspects of our personality based on our charts. And the thing with Capricorn is that we are very loyal and devoted to the people we love. And I'm also Capricorn rising, which is very I don't know, family comes first, and just kind of very devoted to the people that I love. But the thing is that sometimes those gifts are expected of us from other people, and we're going through a period where we have to break out of the mold of what our usual mode of operation is. And I personally this week have just needed really a lot of time to take care of myself and be the Queen of Pentacles for myself. The Queen of Pentacles is this very nurturing, caretaking figure, but it's also the only way she could do that is if she's able to first give it to herself. And also Capricorns can get a bad rap for being selfish, but the thing is, the reason if sometimes we are is because we are a rock for other people and for ourselves. In most challenging times, we have constant obstacles, and there's no way for us to show up for other people if we're not able to first show up for ourselves. So I'm just here to tell you guys that it's okay to be selfish, and it's okay to put yourself first, because it's as cliche as it sounds, you're not going to be able to be anyone else's rock if you are not solid in and of yourselves. And the pentacle is sometimes represented as a rock in certain decks. And that's because it is the firm, solid, grounding foundation. And when an earth sign is not grounded, that's when they know that there's something wrong, because that's their general state. So my Capricorn roommate just said hi to me. So anyways, that's just this is just personally what I've been going through this week. And it's very hard to go against what you feel like you should be doing in your role in life. So if your role is to be that rock for other people, then it's going to feel kind of uncomfortable to say no and set those boundaries. But it's really important, because ultimately everything you're doing is if you're doing it out of love and you're doing it out of self-love, and if you're doing it out of self-love, it will actually ultimately help others to cultivate self-love. And sometimes we're doing things that it's that tough love, but it's not just necessarily with words, but establishing boundaries and doing things that may feel painful to others isn't necessarily something cruel. We're not hurting other people intentionally. We're actually trying to, in a roundabout way, show them to put themselves first, which that would assist them as well. So anyways, it's not that I'm saying I'm being selfish and calling it altruistic, but there is a certain level of healthiness of being selfish. And so anyways, that is my spiel on that. I could go on forever, but I know you guys just want to see what the cards have to say. I don't know why, but I'm going to start off with this deck because this is what I'm called to right now. I'm not going to do reversals because I really haven't been wanting to do reversals lately. It just kind of complicates everything. So see. Yeah. Another thing that I actually just thought of was I had a friend that was in a particular situation like a couple years ago, actually. It was like this month, 2 years ago. And she was just very unhappy. She was in her late 30s, and she always, like, she just, imagined herself being married, and she wanted children, and she wasn't living the life that she anticipated just for herself, not because of like social expectations. And she was a Cancer, and so she always was very giving, 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 and she gave a lot to her friends. She gave a lot to the people at work, and she and I split ways. It was just like a weird, sudden thing of events. We'd been friends for 10 years, and I, of course, like, I felt like a lot of guilt because I thought it was my fault because, we take responsibility, Capricorns, for everything. So for 2 years, I really thought it was something I did because we just had sort of an altercation. But what actually ended up being was that the reason why I'm bringing this story up was that she walked away from literally everything in her life because she couldn't get the clarity she needed to. She couldn't send a clear message to the universe about what she wanted and who she was, because she was so used to being so codependent and everyone's caretaker and emotionally responsible for everyone around her, that she was actually preventing her ultimate happiness, which was for her own joy to, like, get married and have a family. And so the reason why I'm bringing this up is because these cards just came up, and what she was rewarded with when she literally severed ties with everything and everyone that was tied to her old identity was, we reconnected recently, just very briefly, because I still think energetically we wouldn't work anymore, but just enough for her to tell me that in those 2 years she didn't tell me directly I separated myself from everyone, I found happiness, but this was a woman that never could find someone serious and the thing that she was looking for. And because she severed ties with everyone, the universe rewarded her for looking out for herself, and she found someone. She found her soulmate. She told me she was getting married, and I just have like chills thinking about it, because she did what was good for herself, and what she was very clear to the universe about what she wanted. So the point of my story is sometimes we have to go our own way. That's what this Eight of Cups is about. And he's abandoning these cups that were kind of like holding him back emotionally to go find his journey following the moon. So some of you, this is also very much a water card. Some of you might be dealing with a Pisces with the moon, or a Cancer, but to find himself. And whatever he left behind may have been hurt, may have been felt abandoned, may have felt left out in the cold, but the reality is we're all on this journey ourselves, and he didn't feel like he had any more to give. That's the point. Like, and because of that, anyways, I'm talking about it like past tense, but this is you guys, like, it's okay to abandon everything that is weighing you down emotionally, because you're searching for your happiness, and we're all entitled to find that, okay? So King of Wands, some of you I'm trying to think of how this relates to, I feel like this is sort of the energy you guys are wanting, is this confident, independent, in control of your desires, but also very much like motivated and action oriented. So you're walking. That's the feeling I'm getting. You're taking action. You're not being contemplative anymore. You're not wondering anymore about, are these cups, these 8 cups here, going to be what I need? You're like, fuck that. I want my 10 of cups. Sorry for my language, but it's just kind of what it is. And King of Cups is here too. So if you're feminine, there's definitely 2 kings here with masculine energy. It might be that you're trying to have a more masculine energy. Capricorns can sometimes be like that, but also they be like that. I'm just curious if you're, let me see what this King of Cups and King of Wands is here. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, okay. There's a lot of I think it's this like confident energy, manifesting what you want, because the Six of Wands is here. Riding off on this horse, like 10 of Pentacles. There's 2 tens here. So I feel like you guys are on the brink of fulfillment here. You are confidently knowing what you want. And I think that's what the King of Cups and the King of Wands ultimately represent, is someone that knows what they want and they're not letting anyone push them around anymore. It's a very strong energy. So I'm just going to pull from the other Rider Waite and see if I can get any more energy regarding that. It's going to be a little bit longer of a reading, not because it's Capricorn, but because I had that whole spiel. I'm also in a different space, like physically, so I don't have as many interruptions or limitations. The Devil is here, so that's also you guys. I feel like you're really breaking away, though, from a lot of codependent tendencies, because you are trying to, with this Magician, manifest what you want. It's literally just all about what you want right now, and that's okay. Like, that's literally what you need to do. I've been pulling the Strength card so much lately, like for every freaking reading that I do. This came out reversed, but I'm not doing reversals. So I think when people see that you are being strong, it both threatens them and also inspires them. And remember, you can help people from a distance by showing your restraint, by showing your strength. So you don't necessarily directly have to help anyone. If you guys feel like you're being too selfish, you're not being altruistic enough, there is a way to inspire and help people through showing your restraint, your strength, your boundaries, your ability to tame this fire like within you. The Strength card is very much about restraint, and it's like this Kundalini energy that you're harnessing. Also, the Infinity sign is this energy that is ongoing. So when you show this energy of strength, other people start to shift naturally because they're being affected by your energy. So I'm going to pull some of these Mystic Moon oracles. I'm really not, I guess because I'm in like this independent energy with this reading, I'm not so much like fixated on the connection, but I'm going to pull cards in terms of how this connection has been helping you and assisting you in this journey that you've been on, because I really think we can't forget that I do twin flame readings, but the whole point is this journey is ultimately about you. And lately I feel like I don't want to focus so much on the other person and the dynamic only as it relates to my own growth and what it is, because it really isn't about them. It's about how that connection has pride and ego. I'm not going to take these because I haven't really shuffled. So yeah, a lot of this is about learning like the boundaries of your pride and your ego, and also softening where, you know, you have been solitude. That's the exact thing that I'm thinking is this hermit mode. I keep thinking about cycles. So this is a cycle right now that you guys are in, that you really are needing to take your space and do your own thing and like contemplation. This is a time of really gathering your thoughts and spring. So I feel like a lot happened in the spring with you guys. A lot personally happened with me, and a lot of it kind of made me look into myself with this contemplation and realize like everything's like cycles, and like not to get too attached to a certain moment in your life, because everything's just constantly moving and growing and dying and getting reborn, and this like kind of element of like detachment from certain outcomes, from certain situations. I feel like as Capricorns, we really need to keep our pride and ego in check because we're very prideful. Also, the Strength card is here, so that's also like a pride card. So if you're noticing that your pride is what is guiding you, that's not necessarily a healthy thing either. But I also think this pride and ego thing is here because the person that we've been dealing with also has a lot of pride and ego, and they may be really contemplating this connection, taking time. They're also going through cycles. So also to honor the fact that other people have their own cycles, and that it's not just about us and what is going on with us. So I'm going to pull, I guess, from the shadows of Oracle of Shadow and Light. See what... I'm going to take that. It's collision of belief styles, attitudes, and energies. Storm Angel. So I think that there have been a lot of collisions lately, and I think you guys are getting really frustrated with like the fighting and the battles, and you're kind of just like, okay, like let me reel my energy in. Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch, count your blessings. So that's also to remember to be grateful and turn your thoughts from negative thinking of the challenges to more the blessings that you have, because both the dark and the light exist simultaneously. So let's just see what 35 has to say. There may be many arguments, even angry situations and fights at the moment. Withheld energies are being freed so they could be released. You will uncover the truth about a situation, as no one can lie when this angel is about her work. Any lies, deception, manipulation, and cheating will be revealed. The most important objective for you when the storm angel is about to speak truthfully and act in integrity, as all is about to become very transparent, and her fierce bright light will reveal all that is hidden so it can be banished for good. So that's, and then this Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch is the first card here. That's interesting. Okay. Something precious is all about you, but it has become so familiar you could barely see it anymore. It's such a fixture in your life that familiarity has bred, if not contempt, a kind of blindness. The beautiful little girl ghost in the pumpkin patch asks you very gently to see the abundance all around you and to appreciate that while you're in physical form, there's so much you can enjoy. She wishes for you to harvest what is yours now, and also to take steps to call in any debts and share the bounty. Do not let anyone cheat you, and know that you don't own a single thing. In truth, it will pass through your hands, but still, ironically, these things you have earned through your hard work are worth protecting. They are not too small. So this is just to remind you of, like shifting your mind to the positive things that are in your life, and it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm just going to pull a couple of the Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 and see if you are currently in a separation with someone, what their thoughts or higher self wants to share with you. I see a little part of you in everyone I meet, and I look at your picture often. So I think too that what they're seeing too with a little part of you and everyone I meet is they're also seeing a part of themselves, and they feel like they realize that they saw themselves in you and that you were just a reflection, and you're continuously reflecting because you remind them of themselves as well. So there's that, and also they look at your picture often. So there is definitely something that stuck out in their mind with you, and you're still, something that they think about and something that they have feelings around, So I feel too much pressure right now. So they just have too much happening, and they're also going through their own like hermit contemplative mode. So we're all just trying, and remember that if you're in this mode where you're just trying to take your independence and build boundaries, they're also trying to do that, and maybe they're doing it with you and you're doing it with other people. So we're all these mirrors that are sort of on similar journeys but reflecting back to each other. So anyways, that's my reading. Thanks, Capricorns. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.